I want to talk about practice time. How much time that we devote to meditation practice is a conundrum, one that has all kinds of answers, depending on how we approach it or who we ask. It's not unlike the salesman who asks us, how much do you want to spend? Of course, just starting out, we tend to have no idea. How can we know what we don't know? We're just beginners. Early on, I figured out that I would never get to heaven by just going to church on Sunday for an hour. It's the same with meditation practice. We're probably not going to get enlightened on a pittance of effort. I mean, how could we? Would I learn to play music on a guitar by practicing only an hour or two a week? It takes more than that, but just how much? And then how do we find the time? Where? I can answer that last question right off. I always chuckle to myself when I run across a friend who claims that they're just too busy to do the things that they really would like to do. And I know that's not true. A personal mantra that I recite to myself is, time is something that I make, meaning that we make time for those things that are important. It may seem impossible, but we do it anyway. Time is something we can make if we just have the will to do it. As for how much time for Dharma practice, the experts say different things, like at least 5 minutes a day, half an hour, a good 2 hours, and all the way on up to 24/7. What I found out after some years is that no amount of time, short of all day long, is ever enough. Ultimately, we want to mix meditation with life, like engaging a clutch, so that we're being mindful all the time, no breaks. That's how long we should meditate, and this is not an unrealistic expectation, but it takes time, and pun intended. In the meantime, we have to start somewhere and make some preliminary effort. Of course, it's a drop in the bucket, but at least we're up and going, we're on our way. Back in the beginning of my meditation practice, I tried to practice every day, even if it was for only a short while. Some days I would forget to practice, so I can remember at times sitting up in bed when I was going to sleep and meditating for maybe 2 minutes just to keep the commitment. And you can be sure that I tried everything, every which way but loose, that is, as they say. And for most of us, the simple truth is that we won't be logging enough hours just sitting on the cushion. We just won't. I mean, we have to work, we have kids, responsibilities, and so on. It's clear from looking at my schedule that I need to mix my meditation technique with my daily tasks at home and at work. But how do we do it? In the long run, this is the only answer, unless you want to become a monk. And even then, I've seen enough monks in my life to know that they, too, have a busy life aside from just meditating. Meditation, like any other kind of practice, runs on enthusiasm. It's what keeps us going. And without it, we are on some kind of a dry run, and it really can get tedious. My point here is that the key to how much time we can or need to spend on Dharma practice depends entirely on our enthusiasm. So I suggest that you look to that in yourself. But you'll find that it's a real catch-22. If we have no results from our meditation, there is little enthusiasm. And with little enthusiasm, there are few results. Many of us are just treading water, trying to figure out how to make all of this work out. as they say, start where you are. All advanced meditation practice is based on having at least some firm grounding in the basic meditation, what's called shamatha. Like learning chords on a guitar or playing scales. Without doing this, you're not going to be playing much music. Without some experience with shamatha meditation, you're not going to be really meditating anytime soon. So learn the basic technique of concentrating on an object and then bringing the mind back to it when you get distracted or you find yourself just daydreaming. That's the muscle memory part of it. And I have a number of books and articles and videos that you can find just on the web. Just go to dharmagrooves.com. One word, dharmagrooves.com. At the same time, I suggest you also learn a Tibetan mind training technique called Tonglen, because not only is it easy, it's very portable. You can do it anywhere and at any time. And best of all, it will allow you to log enough hours to possibly get to heaven, or at least be on your way to much greater awareness. And I have a number of things, videos and so forth, on Tonglen at the above link that I gave you. Shamatha meditation, the basic meditation, is somewhat difficult to learn. And in fact, in Tibet, so I'm told, students do not even start learning shamatha meditation until they've finished a very difficult series of exercises called Nundro. And Nundro amounts to a kind of Dharma boot camp. But for some reason in this country, we try to learn shamatha straight away. And it's nice work if you can get it. But Tonglen's another matter. It's an all-American practice. It fits us to a T. Anyone can do it. It really works, and you can actually watch it work. So in summary, the key to the problems of this life, according to the Dharma, is lack of awareness. And the key to awareness is the Dharma, the path. And the key to Dharma is practice. And the key to practice is enthusiasm. And the key to enthusiasm is to love what you do. So get some love in your practice life. I've written about this many times, so I'm not going to go into it here. But the general idea is, if you can, work with something you already know and love as a meditation object, especially if you're learning basic shamatha meditation. And if you don't love your practice, your Dharma practice, say so to yourself. Don't pretend. Be what you are and ask for help from someone who knows. Mind training is an opportunity we can't afford to just pass up. After over 40 years of practice, that's what I believe is the truth, at least for me.